Rivers are an indispensable part of our planet, carving majestic canyons, nurturing ancient civilizations, and harboring captivating secrets. Think you know everything about the world's longest rivers? Be careful, because this video will take you on a journey to explore spectacular yet challenging waterways, from sudden floods to mysterious creatures lurking beneath the surface. Are you ready to dive in? Hold on tight, as we're about to plunge into the geography and thrilling stories of the 15 longest and most majestic rivers on Earth. Not only are they long, but they also hold the raw power of nature that will leave you in awe. At number 15, the Zambezi River. A mystical river stretching 2,574 kilometers, winds through 6 African countries: Zambia, Angola, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. Originating from waterlogged marshes in Zambia, the Zambezi flows through wild grasslands where ferocious hippos and Nile crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, ready to attack any intruder. This river is a dangerous maze with rapid currents and sharp rocks that can prove fatal with a single misstep. The highlight of the Zambezi is Victoria Falls, a natural wonder 108 meters high, where the water roars like thunder, creating dense mist and treacherous whirlpools. Beyond the falls, the Zambezi continues its perilous journey, expanding into the vast Lake Kariba, where sudden floods can sweep away everything in their path. The Zambezi is the ultimate challenge for those eager to conquer this African marvel. Do you have the courage to explore this river? Number 14, the Yukon River. A wild river stretching 3,185 kilometers, weaves through the harsh landscapes of Canada and Alaska, a symbol of resilience and danger. Originating in the Rocky Mountains, where ancient glaciers melt at 1,000 meters above sea level. The Yukon surges through deep canyons where swift currents carry jagged rocks, and the threat of landslides looms. In winter, the river's surface freezes solid, turning into a treacherous icy path. In summer, snowmelt floods sweep in, carrying mud and debris that endanger the surrounding plains. The Yukon's terrain is the domain of aggressive grizzly bears and prowling wolf packs, making every step a battle with nature. The weather along the river shifts unpredictably, posing constant challenges for adventurers. Finally, the Yukon empties into the Bering Sea through a misty delta, where whirlpools and fierce currents threaten to swallow everything. The Yukon is not just endlessly long, but also a journey full of risks, where only the bravest dare to tread. Are you bold enough to conquer this golden river? At number 13, the legendary Volga River in Europe stretches 3,530 kilometers through the vast heart of Russia. With its astonishing length, the Volga is not only Europe's longest river, but also a perilous one with unpredictable dangers. Starting gently in the Valdai Hills, the Volga weaves through dense forests and ancient cities. But don't be fooled by its calm beginnings. This river quickly turns ferocious with rapid currents and hidden threats. Massive hydroelectric dams, like Volgograd, transform the Volga into vast reservoirs but also trigger artificial floods that submerge villages and disrupt ecosystems. Industrial pollution clouds the Volga's waters with heavy metals, turning fish into sources of toxins and spreading disease. In spring, snow melt from upstream turns the Volga into a raging torrent, sweeping away everything in its path. Long and fraught with danger, the Volga is both the lifeblood of the Russian nation and an unforgiving foe to those who underestimate its power. Do you dare face this legendary river? Number 12, the ancient Indus River in Asia, stretching 3,180 kilometers through Pakistan, India, and China. The cradle of the 5,000-year-old Indus Valley civilization, this river is also full of challenges with floods and treacherous terrain. Originating from Himalayan glaciers at 5,000 meters, the Indus rushes through the world's deepest gorges, like Gilgit-Baltistan, with swift currents and rockfalls. During the monsoon season, massive floods can reshape the landscape, testing riverside communities. In its lower reaches, the Indus cuts through the Thar Desert, creating marshlands filled with snakes and flash floods. Finally, the Indus empties into the Arabian Sea, forming a fertile delta. Are you eager to explore this river? At number 11, the ferocious Brahmaputra River in Asia, approximately 3,848 kilometers long, flows through China, India, and Bangladesh. Starting in the Himalayas as the Yarlung Tsangpo, it surges through the world's deepest canyon, the Grand Canyon of Asia, where 5,000-meter cliffs and raging rapids dominate. In India, the Brahmaputra widens up to 100 kilometers during floods, sweeping away homes and causing widespread damage annually. Its wetlands are home to Bengal tigers and crocodiles, making life by the river even more dangerous. Eventually, it joins the Ganges to empty into the Bay of Bengal, forming the world's largest but storm-battered delta. Don't you think the floods here are truly dangerous? Number 10, the Niger River, a legendary river stretching 4,180 kilometers, is one of Africa's longest, winding through 5 countries: Guinea, Mali, Niger, Benin, and Nigeria. With its incredible length, the Niger is the lifeblood of the continent, but also a perilous journey where harsh nature and disease challenge every explorer. Starting in the Guinea Highlands, the Niger begins with a powerful flow, weaving through the Sahara Desert with unique bends that create stunning beauty. But during the rainy season, the Niger turns into a raging flood, carrying mud, debris, and pollution that spread deadly diseases like malaria and cholera. The inland Niger Delta, home to aggressive hippos and disease-carrying mosquito swarms, turns every journey into a fight for survival. Downstream, the Niger cuts through ancient cities like Timbuktu, but its swift currents, combined with desert sandstorms, can engulf boats in an instant. Sudden whirlpools and sharp reefs make crossing the river a deadly gamble. Finally, the Niger empties into the Atlantic Ocean through a vast delta, where fierce waters and violent whirlpools threaten to swallow the unwary. Long and fraught with hazards, the Niger is both Africa's nurturer and a deadly menace. Do you have the courage to conquer this perilous river? At number 9, the majestic Lena River in Siberia, stretching 4,400 kilometers, a river of ice and isolation, originating in the Baikal Mountains. The Lena flows north through eternal permafrost, where temperatures can plummet to 60 degrees Celsius below zero, turning the river into massive ice sheets. The brief summer brings floods from melting snow, carrying trees and boulders in destructive torrents. This remote wilderness, home to bears and gray wolves, makes rescue nearly impossible if you get lost. Finally, the Lena empties into the Arctic Ocean, forming a vast but frozen delta 9 months of the year. With temperatures ranging from 30 to 50 degrees Celsius below zero, a river as beautiful as a painting but incredibly dangerous. Would you dare to try it? Number 8, the Mekong River, stretching 4,350 kilometers, winds through 6 countries: China, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. One of Southeast Asia's longest rivers, sustaining millions of lives. With the dazzling beauty of its shimmering waters from the Tibetan Plateau, it weaves through lush valleys and fertile plains, where Vietnam's Mekong Delta shines with sprawling rice fields. But behind this beauty lurk dangers. The Cuanaphaphong Falls, the world's largest waterfall by volume, is a maze of raging currents and razor-sharp rocks ready to crush anything in their path. During the rainy season, floods in the lower reaches can submerge villages, carrying toxic water from hydroelectric dams and agricultural chemicals, spreading disease. Beneath the surface lie Siamese crocodiles and venomous snakes. As it empties into the South China Sea, the Mekong Delta faces storms and sudden surges, creating deadly whirlpools, making the Mekong more terrifying than ever. Next, at number 7, the mighty Congo River in Africa, stretching 4,700 kilometers, the world's deepest river with breathtaking mysteries. Originating in the Zambia highlands, the Congo winds through rainforests, where depths over 220 meters hide whirlpools and unique creatures like tigerfish. The Congo Rapids, with fierce waterfalls and sharp rocks, pose a major challenge for explorers. As Central Africa's transport lifeline, the Congo supports millions, but is made more dangerous by floods, crocodiles, and hippos. Finally, it empties into the Atlantic Ocean, creating a massive freshwater current. Do you want to explore this lifeblood of Africa? At number 6, the Yellow River, stretching 5,464 kilometers, China's sorrow with catastrophic floods and destructive power. Originating in the Bayanhar Mountains, the Yellow River flows through the lowest plateau with golden silt, but it has caused devastating floods, claiming thousands of lives. The Huku Gorge, with its fierce waterfalls and towering cliffs, is a death trap for visitors. Industrial pollution adds toxins, making this already dangerous river even more hazardous for local communities. Finally, it empties into the Bohai Sea, leaving a storm-swept delta, a cradle of civilization, but a significant threat. Number 5, the Yenisei River system in Siberia, stretching 5,539 kilometers, the longest river flowing into the Arctic Ocean. Starting from Lake Baikal, the world's deepest freshwater lake, and winding through Siberia's wilderness. From Mungara-Gingol in Mongolia to the Yenisei Gulf in the Kara Sea, the Yenisei Angara is a natural masterpiece with the sparkling Lake Baikal, vast taiga forests, and steppe grasslands upstream. The Angara flows through massive hydroelectric dams like Bratsk and Krasnoyarsk, creating vast reservoirs like the Dragon Lake, but sudden water releases cause artificial floods, submerging villages and farmland. In summer, snow melt and heavy rains turn the river into a torrent, carrying mud, trees, and boulders, destroying everything in its path. In winter, temperatures drop to 40 degrees Celsius below zero, turning the river into a slippery ice road, with massive ice blocks and ice jams causing unexpected flooding. As it empties into the Kara Sea, the vast Yenisei Gulf is shrouded in blizzards, with icy waters and currents posing dangers to passers-by. Do you dare challenge yourself with this river? Number 4, the Mississippi-Missouri River system in North America, stretching 6,275 kilometers, the longest river in North America, flowing through the heart of the U. So, from the Rocky Mountains to the Gulf of Mexico, the Mississippi-Missouri captivates with Missouri's majestic canyons, weaving through the Rockies, and the Mississippi's fertile plains with shimmering sandbars starting from Lake Itasca. But behind the beauty lie numerous dangers. The Missouri cuts through large dams, creating vast reservoirs but also causing destructive artificial floods, especially when joining the Ohio River, increasing water volume and creating dangerous whirlpools. During flood season, the river becomes a nightmare, sweeping away trees, submerging villages, and causing massive damage. As it empties into the Gulf of Mexico, the vast delta is battered by storms, with murky waters and whirlpools ready to take everything. This river system is America's soul, but also terrifying. Do you still want to explore it? Having mentioned the Yellow River, we can't overlook the mighty Yangtze River in China at number 3. Stretching 6,300 kilometers, Asia's lifeblood with massive dams and devastating floods, originating in Tibet. The Yangtze surges through the spectacular Three Gorges with 1,200-meter cliffs. The Three Gorges Dam creates the largest reservoir but triggers earthquakes and floods. The fertile plains are rich with agriculture, but pollution and floods pose dangers. Finally, it empties into the East China Sea near Shanghai, a wondrous marvel of China, but no less dangerous. Number 2, the Amazon River in South America. Stretching 6,400 kilometers, the world's largest by volume with jungles and terrifying creatures, originating in the Andes. The Amazon flows through a vast basin with seasonal floods, piranhas, and anacondas. The meeting of the waters with the Rio Negro creates a striking phenomenon, but hides electric eels and river sharks. Finally, it empties into the Atlantic Ocean with a vast estuary, a living jungle, but a green hell. And finally, at number 1, the iconic Nile River in Africa, stretching 6,650 kilometers, the world's longest river with crocodiles and ancient floods. Originating at Lake Victoria, the Nile flows through the Sud marshes with hippos, joining the Blue Nile with its fertile silt, cutting through Egypt's deserts. It creates a green ribbon amidst sand, but floods and diseases threaten. Finally, it empties into the Mediterranean Sea with a crowded delta, a symbol of civilization but eternally dangerous. And there you have it, the 15 longest and most dangerous rivers in the world. Which river intrigues you the most or scares you the most? Share in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video where we continue to uncover Earth's secrets.